Finally.
After 5 years. I looked it up.
It's 5 years.
5 years.
Seems
It's
like
been
5 days.
I can't believe it's been that long. It
People
hurts.
It hurts a little. I miss. You have the memories, right? You get memories.
We do. You remember some good stuff.
And scars.
Same thing. Memories, scars.
Right? Where'd you get that? Oh, that was the wire. That was chicken coop. Oh, that was a something FB scar.
It's it's a different MFB, a different first one. It is ADHD sports, excuse me, where the H stands for humble.
Super humble.
That'd be ADSHD. Don't make me change everything again.
It only took you 5 years to get it to where we are
To
now.
get you to, yeah. So should we start right off the bat before we get in everything that we have a new MFB?
And we do have a new
We
MFB.
moved
in
up
house.
the alphabet or down the alphabet.
It's alphabet soup. Between the two of them, like when you stick your spoon in the soup, you don't know what you're going to get. Wow. It's just a bunch of letters, right?
He sounds like him too.
Wow.
It's going to be really eerie.
The wow thing?
We're starting this already.
See? And it's as though he never left.
He looks like he could be his brother.
And they're both Steeler fans. They're both Pittsburgh kids.
It's like you set it up, like we're making it up. Like
This
no,
is wild.
we're not.
It's 2.5 Men when they used Kuchar instead. And so that's what it is. I'm going to call him Charlie from now on.
Nice. That's funny.
Sweet.
That's exactly.
Sweet.
And you love that show too.
It's a great show.
If you're new to us, which you probably are because it's been 5 years, this is sports meets comedy, kinda meets whatever Murdoch's feeling in the moment, full of ridiculous old sports stories and lots of betting advice. Advice.
10 to 1 odds says you can't quit.
What, the show?
The show,
Betting on ping pong?
the odds, we have to get in at some point to his. Mark has some legit concerns.
We know we used to do like stacking chips, like you had your dumpster dives and your stacking chips.
You ready?
I've been trying to come up with a name for his since he's like just gambles on anything. I was telling Superbad that it's like he was betting on ping pong while we were at Target.
We were at the listeners. Mark and I are driving down the street.
Oh, dear God.
Last week, and we're going somewhere, and Mark is making a short-term investment.
Mm-hmm.
So he's considering. No. It's not the Pirates against Miami. It wasn't the Yankees game at 3:00. He's looking for action, and he finds a soccer game that is already in play. He's betting live soccer because the track marks in his arm,
The extra 5 minutes were
are
in play.
Slurpee straws now.
You guys are going to turn me into a degenerate.
He finds a bet, and he's considering it.
I'm like, hey, let's just go ahead and see what $35 would make me. All of a sudden, boom, he hits a pothole, and I bet.
And his finger hits
and I'm
the
like,
button
are you kidding me?
by a mistake.
That sounds like a
$35.
story someone's wife would tell.
So I hear a curse word come out the passenger seat. I was like, what's the matter with you? You made me spend $35 on Houvanis. I was like, no, you did that, man, because you're looking for your next fix at 4:00 in the afternoon. What can I play? He's playing ping pong. And I asked him, yo, Mark, how do you get to, the choice you make for which person you're going to bet on? I don't even bet the names. I don't even bet the names.
He goes, do you recognize any names?
And
I'm
he
like, what do you
laughs.
mean? I can't even pronounce any of these names.
So that's his angle. So he's a great short-term investor. He does great.
Yeah, I feel like it's going to be dangerous for you because you like to
I can
press
hold-
buttons.
Casinos like me. That's how they keep building on extra wings.
That's a fact. That is a fact. We have some short-term investing to speak of at some point today.
Yeah, we need like 100 hours. It's going to take a few weeks
Yeah,
to get caught up.
It really
'cause
is. We'll
it's-
baby step it. USF was a home dog.
I was gonna say, do you want to jump right into college football first?
We
Since
can
it's-
talk about that. The NFL is
I wanted to
is
bet that
coming
game,
up.
but somebody took the $35.
NFL will be a bulk, but I figured since this is the big college weekend kickoff, we might as well.
We've got college on deck. We broke down the NFL. Humbly speaking, we're ready to go.
Mhm.
Humbly speaking,
You got a
There's
little
some
bit of
plays-
baseball stuff.
We got a little bit of baseball. We have-
I also want to get into our fantasy league for the
Preach.
station here.
Yep.
I got a surprise that I want to whip out.
Right. All right. Excuse me
giggity.
while I whip this out.
And I want to go over a little segment because I know you hate when I tinker with the scores and the fantasy
Oh
stuff.
my God. Oh, it's your league. I forgot. Oh no. You get a quarter point for wearing sunglasses when your shoelaces are white on the opposite end of the visitor's entrance. Oh my God.
Which I haven't.
You did that, didn't you?
No. See,
Yeah, you did.
Last night I sat down and I pulled it up and
Gross.
I'm like, let me start messing with the score. And I'm like, you know what would be better?
Tinker
Doing
stinker.
it live on air and seeing what you hate to what you're like, okay, I don't mind that. So I kind of want to do that before we're done today.
Okay.
That way you can at least
Frown on it and
you
can
at least
enjoy
know what we did so you're not, bitching
It's
as
gonna
much.
make him feel. Why can't he stand up? I'm enjoying this too much. Avert your eyes. this feels good. You're uncomfortable. The bets. Beginning of the year, I don't care what sport that it is. Defense always is in front of offense in football, right?
Oh yeah.
Under.
It's under. At least for a couple of weeks. College, you can get steamrolled. I mean, you bring in Fairleigh Dickinson against Alabama, and you're going to get the dog walked.
Yeah, there
on
was
you.
already some high scoring games from yesterday.
When you look at the total, Florida's playing Sisters of the Poor today, and they're laying 45, and the total's 55. So they're saying that
I'd go
Sisters
under.
of the Poor is not going to score 3 points. If they score 6 points and Florida covers the 46.5, 47 plus 7 is 54. The big number's 55. So
Yeah.
they're saying that Sisters of the Poor will not get a touchdown. If you like the over, then you take Florida laying the 46 and
That
the
game's
over.
it seems like probably 31-10.
How sexy is that Texas-Ohio State game to look at? Beginning of the year.
Yeah.
It's a rough game.
It's going to be a rough game for somebody.
Yeah, I want to get into. I want everyone to pick who they think's going to the title and all the playoff
Yeah,
teams.
yeah,
I think
yeah,
before
yeah.
we're done, so we got that on record.
We love records, and humbly speaking, we
dear
have
Lord.
we
It
have
didn't
receipts.
take long. 8 minutes in.
Humbly speaking, we've got the receipts about because we do like to make short-term plays, and we tend to be on the chips when we're on the chips.
You can't see me if I do that, huh?
You can't.
I'm
No.
hiding my face behind this
Yeah.
monitor.
You are. If you turn
If I
sideways,
if I cover MMFB's face, I might think it's someone else back there.
There you go.
oh man, and then you can
Like-
go back to
All right, just making sure.
Oh no!
Sneaking
It
Goes
is
from
people
a
in the
dream to a
building.
nightmare. How can you have both?
Oh.
So what's your if someone were to tune in and make some bets for this afternoon or tonight, college wise, who would you? We'll get right in with some short term investing, stacking chips, if you will.
We love to stack chips. We like to make good choices. You flip coins, but if you could use a weighted coin and get a few that bounce in your direction, compliments of the house, we like to do the heavy lifting for you. And that way, all over the years, people call, people write, thanks a bunch, thanks a bunch, thanks a bunch. You're welcome, and you're welcome, and you're welcome. Oh, that noise is success coming imminently.
You've already placed probably, right? What's your app of choice when it comes to all that?
We like the Hard Rock app.
Okay.
They pay out quick because I don't leave my money in
Was
not
it the
like
Post Malone commercials that got you?
There's a guy that I know that may or may not be to my left, that may or may not be a fellow that I've known.
Hey, when the money's
30-something
in there, it's like Monopoly money.
and seen. So that's the issue that he.
Well, that
has.
is the problem. It's the same with crypto. When you don't see it and physically touch it, it does feel like just fake monopoly money. It's just buttons. It's just numbers.
Or you could have a system and put that in place and just take out your
It
money.
still feels different. If
It
you're
does.
holding
yeah.
$500 in your hand and you have to go to a window to place a bet, that's a lot different than
Yes,
beep,
it
boop, beep,
is.
boop, 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 boop.
Yeah, I'm just.
I did
odd
that
like
one time in Vegas. I sweated it when I bet $500 on the Steelers, and of course I got steamrolled. But I have no problem, betting $500 somewhere else when it's not in your
Season's
hand.
on fire. Your season's on fire.
Yeah, just saying.
Is he another Jerome Bettis super fan?
What was the game? Do you remember?
Oh, I absolutely
Okay,
remember.
there
It was,
we go.
It was
Oh,
it was the
yeah.
Steelers against the Patriots in the playoffs.
Mhm. Oh.
Oh, that
Was
would
that,
I'm getting there. Give me a little more.
2018, I think it was.
Relive it.
$500. Like, what was what were you gonna win if
I
you won
don't
the
even
bet?
remember, but it
Oh,
was.
now he's forgetting.
I don't remember. I don't remember what the payoff was. I do remember when I walked up to the window because I was actually in Vegas,
Payoff was a shot to your
and
face.
they asked me if I actually had like an account with them, and I'm like, no. They're like, well, for bets over a certain amount, you're supposed, but we'll do it this one time. But if you want to do it again, you have to open an account. I'm like, this is all I got. What do you mean open an account?
Who was playing? I mean, you said the teams, but who was the quarterback?
Was it
What
Roethlisberger, Brady?
Roethlisberger. Yeah,
It was Raplesberger. Okay. And he didn't take you to greatness that day, huh?
Hell no.
Yeah, that sounds about right.
But that's why it's called gambling.
Yeah, but gambling on your own team is so dangerous.
the
Don't do
worst.
that.
It is the worst.
It is the worst thing to do.
Yeah, I've lost pick'ems and different things. It's like Dolphins. It's I can look at it in
There's
my
too
heart.
much
Go,
sentimental
they're gonna
into
lose, and like, no, I'm gonna pick them.
We were going over the NFL stuff, breaking down the conferences and player of the year, rookie of the year. And as a Redskin, as a Washington fan, how do I not take them to be on top of the division?
Well,
But
now
then the
after
reality-
that trade, which we can get into, I think it's a lot.
It's like, how do you bet on your team? I can't. It ruins the game. It'll ruin the game. So I really don't. I
Yeah,
don't
it's
play.
not. Yeah, and you hate when I compliment your
No, because
commanders.
you're trolling me.
I'm not trolling.
Good. You're
So-
the most sinister troller.
We just ADD'd off of what. So yeah,
That's why we
let's
call
do
the show
some short term
is.
college.
Today, the first game and the biggest game is Texas on the road at Ohio State, a monster game. Ohio State's got new coaches. Every year has turnover. Half the team goes pro. It's
All that Arch Manning
It's
hype.
Arch Manning hype, and I think Texas, their roster is deeper. It's legit. Ohio State's starting a kid that hasn't thrown a football before.
Most of the country is with you on this. I think no one wants Ohio State to
The
win.
money moved from Ohio. Ohio State was a favorite through the week and has been, and now the money's coming in on Texas
Now
side.
it's game day. Yeah,
Ohio State's still favored.
They are. It's hard to bet against 110,000 people in a stadium. I mean, that's real. College football, the crowd, and you get 3 points in a football game. They say home field advantage is
worth
like
3.
a field goal.
Absolutely.
in college, is
100,000 people
it
screaming.
still 3 or is it?
Yeah, I mean it's about 3.
Yeah,
But
Problem is gambling on college. It's really hard. Too much
Giggity.
emotion. Young kids don't know how to handle the pressure.
Those young kids that you remember not being able to handle the pressure are now making $10 million a year with the NILs, so they're okay.
that's true. It isn't like when we last left off, there was none of that.
No, and
That's just
now
crazy.
they're making millions of dollars. These
Yeah,
kids
Manning's
don't
what,
need to-
3 mil? 4
He's-
mil?
No way. He's at double digits
Is he?
with his
All right.
money, and good for him. But all those kids are like that. The business it's wild. They give a school like $20 million to spend. Here you go. You can
Do
spend it.
whatever.
So the second lineman is getting a paycheck. He gets a little something. He can go to Applebee's. Meanwhile, Arch is buying an island.
How long before they establish a salary cap for college? You think?
It's a work in progress.
Yeah.
I think that's coming up sooner than later. It's happened pretty fast with the money and how they would. Sam Hartman played for Wake Forest and he could spin a ball. He left Wake Forest and took $10 million from Notre Dame. Notre Dame gave him $10 million. And so the AD for Wake Forest, they played Notre Dame the year later, and he's salty. He's bitter. They get beat. Sam has a great game. And he's like, man, you guys we married him. You guys just went out for a date with him. But if you can't pay him, then they leave to go somewhere else.
That whole system seems weird, and I'm sure the bigger schools that can have more money don't have to pay as much because the exposure is bigger as far as the draft and everything else go.
That's the only problem. If they're going to do that, they're going to have to come across the board to what everybody makes. Again, so there's not like back
uniform
in the
number.
80s where
It's a golden handshake.
no one can even leave their dorm to get Roman noodles or whatever, because they don't have any money. Now they're eating ramen, whatever.
Noodles.
Roman noodles.
Yeah.
I'm
Yeah.
glad you interrupted because I was confused.
Yeah, Roman.
No. That's
Ramen
not the
noodles.
last one
Oh,
coming.
it won't be. I mispronounce everything.
Everything and everything.
It's amazing.
Try to have me speak on some of these players' names.
I can't. I'm excited for
Ooh.
this. This brings me joy. As people are like, oh man, you got a special needs pal. Yeah, I care. I give back to the community. We're doing a show. I got a special dude over here. He's follically challenged.
Yeah. I grew too tall.
You grew way too tall for your hairline.
Yeah.
Like way too tall. Or someone only put
He
Miracle
blew
Grow.
past his hairline and he grew.
They put a coffee cup on top of his head and then put Chia Pet stuff on it. Like, and go.
Oh my God.
A lot of love right now.
Yeah, man. It's because I do love you. This is love. If you don't think this is love, then wait for later. Then you can rate
this
it on
is-
yourself.
This
So
love.
Texas today. No. You can't ADHD me off of Pantera has a special place in my heart. When I ran, I used to run a lot, and when you wanted to
Long
hit that
time ago.
second, wow. He's saying I have a girlish figure now that I didn't have when I had the girlish figure back then. I was 18. I've known the thesaurus over here. I've known Mark over 30 years. So we were kids, we were young. And humbly speaking, I was a big boy and I could move, I could run.
Yes, you could. I will give you that.
I did not look like the guy that I was picked last at the basketball game because I weighed 350 pounds. And
You
then
could
I
run a
was
4.5.
And then he was the best player on the team.
And then I would run a 4.5, and they're like, "Oh my God!" It's like I'm waiting for my real father to come into my life. He's Samoan, and like Tristan Wirth jumping out of pools. I ask my mother that often, like, "Mom, who's my real dad?"
You did have the speed skills, quick feet, quick hands, ball handling.
Oh, the ball handling. There we go. It's now an official show.
He's morphing into someone.
But that giggity. All right. But back in the day, so that was back in the day. And now I can't walk upstairs because my knees are blown out. And
When you're running 4.5s at 350, 400 pounds, that will probably
260 pounds, I was running 15-minute 2 miles.
shit.
At 260 pounds.
That's why your knees are blown out.
Why? Go do that. Now do that. So people are like, oh, man, look at that bad body. We have a young lady at work in the office, and our general manager is a friend of the buffet. All right? He assumes that he wears shoes. No one really knows. He can't look down and say, oh, my belt matches my shoes.
Oh.
It's a lot of guesswork. Take that, Morris. And the young lady, we've been there a while, and they have this thing where I used to take the quarter out of people's hands from my pocket. I could come out and take quarters, and my core is still, like granite. So this girl has, unbeknownst to her, she doesn't know this, and they said to her, "Why don't you touch his stomach? Go over there and touch him." And she's like, "Oh, that's weird." There's just 3 guys in a room and her, and she's like, "Ooh, gross. I need an adult. I need a lawyer." So she finally does it. They are like, "No, it's not weird. Just go ahead and do it." So she touches my stomach, and it's a cinder block, and her eyes widen, and she says, "Oh my God." And she turns around and puts her finger on Captain Buffet from the Amish world, and it goes right into his belly. And she goes, "Gee whiz, why can't you have it like that?" She says, "How'd you do that?" I was like, "Man, lots of running." I said, "You're going to have to do things you don't want to do
Lots of running.
to get to that spot." But
I
those-
remember one time on Being a Superbad show, you were bragging about how fast you could, pull the
It's
coin from the hand thing.
what we
And every person there was like, "You're so full of shit." And like Buttons was trying to fight you over the ninja hands.
and then we did it, and they're like, holy
he
shit.
can do it.
Like, he can do it. Because I don't look like that guy.
Right.
He wears shirt and tie. Now I'm at 260 pounds. I'm 50 years old, so I look like a mess. I give that present. I'm not a mess, but I used to be a mess. Even when I was a mess, I still had tennis rackets and basketballs in my trunk. I weighed 475 pounds at one particular time, balling, going out and ball.
I've seen the pictures.
Try to cover that.
Yeah, that's a mess. You're in trouble.
And like the ball handling skills again.
Jarrett Lorenzen, you remember that guy, the quarterback for the Kentucky Wildcats?
Oh, yeah.
He then went on to quarterback for the Giants. He was so fat.
Didn't he die?
I think he died.
Yeah.
But the coach was like, dude, you got to go lose 50 pounds. He was so fat. He looked like a lineman.
Yeah, he
and the
did.
guy could move.
Yeah, he could.
He could move. What can you do, man? Some of us big fellas like Cecil Fielder. I love that guy.
Yes.
Because he's out there running like he's Omar Vizquel, and he's not. He's Omar Vizquel. He is a big boy. Go tell him that. He's rounded second.
1-0-0-0-0.
That's my guy. I love big fellas that can move. So, I was always wondering, who's my real dad, Mom? You can tell me now. It's my old man.
It's weird because your dad looks like you in the face, but only the face. Like, I'd maybe like, that's your uncle, and they're lying to you. You know what I mean?
I want the
That's
real
like
answers.
Uncle Dad.
I'm old enough now. I want to
Tell
know.
me the truth.
Just tell me the truth. Mom,
And
did
your
you
mom
take a
is
trip
like
to Hawaii?
5 foot.
Yep. If
She is
she's that.
and 86 pounds.
That's her. That's her.
The sweetest little petite lady.
When she went when they went to their honeymoon and they went out to eat, they brought her a kid's meal, a kid's menu. They sit down. Dad will tell you this story. They sit down and they brought her a child menu because she looked like a 12-year-old. She just was a child. And Dad's 6'3", and Mom's 5 foot, so it's already looks weird. And we hear a lot of I'm sorry's. I walk through the store with my girlfriend, and she's 5 feet tall. And they're like, I'm sorry for you. I'm sorry. Because I'm a big Irish gorilla and get this little petite girl. And they're like, oh, man, he hurts you, doesn't he? Like,
I'm so sorry.
how do you even give him a high five without pulling something? Ice packs everywhere.
Jesus.
God bless. We were talking about Texas for
We
crying out
were,
loud.
we
for
were.
a minute.
And this is how we got to the name of the show.
So,
Texas Today, game 1.
yes.
We're going to play a tight in the short-term investing. My buddy Mark, his prowess, his foresight is unquestionable and unrivaled. Sadly, he likes to put, you watch the TikTok videos and it says, me when a 23-leg parlay doesn't hit and it's showing a guy's sweat, or, me thinking that a 12-leg parlay, no, you're not. No, you're not. And it's him. This is the guy. He puts a 15-teamer and he wins 14 out of the 15, and then he lets it all ride. Last year, I watched 2 parlays that he put together all come in except the last piece, and he gives everybody the stone-cold middle finger and says, I'm riding this bitch out. I'm not cashing out. Mark, sell it. Mark, sell it. Buy the other side. You could straddle it. I'm letting this sumbitch ride. Because Mark Mears said so. And he just doesn't care. And then he loses by a half catch. What did you need for Fryermuth?
Yes.
He had Fryermuth in like an 8-teamer. Everything comes in. So it's $20 to win.
5 minutes left in the second quarter. He needs 1 reception.
He had the over-under was 4.5.
And it was like for $4,800.
And he had 4 catches in the first quarter and a half. It's a lock. It was all about
He's already spending the money.
He's already spent the money. He's at the window waiting for the employee to come back in from a break. He's just sitting waiting there. And so for 2.5 quarters, everything went from him to him being, he wasn't even involved in the play.
It makes you feel like they know.
Right?
It starts.
Right.
Well, there's another scenario on my betting.
God.
As soon as I place a bet, it's like there's a matrix problem, and the guy breaks his leg. They hit a walk-off home run. It is crazy.
Yeah, the guy
it's absolutely insane.
The guy who's 0 for 27 in his last 27
That's
at
him.
bats cracks a grand slam.
That's him.
It's crazy.
You know how I deep dive, and I really do research. And when I get up, I take the chips. And it's not a typical gambler. Most people will leave the money in the account and let it ride. They play it because it's an entertainment, and my money's in there to have fun. I take the money out because I stack chips. I hit the withdrawal button, not the deposit button, and I pay my bills with that money. The Gators last year had them 20-1. #humble, 20-1, and they won the tournament. Had the
you were preaching them though early. You were like, hey man, they're gonna win.
And so I have friends in the phone, blip, 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 and the phone goes off during the year. Who do you like? Who do you like? Now I hit the 3 basketball champs in a row from Baylor and through Connecticut. I missed one of them, but I've had 4 of the last 5. I had the Texas Rangers 2 years ago to win the championship, 50-1, documented. I've got the ticket. I got pictures with the ticket, and at 50-1. So you spend $50 and it pays for Christmas. That's how we get down, and then you can play the other side. But most people don't play other sides, and but I'm not a typical gambler. I just like to take the money out. So our listeners are going to enjoy. And you like what you like, don't like what you don't like, but something that we talk about may strike a chord, and you think, you know what, I like that angle. That is something to think about. That's how you get to greatness, real quietly and humbly speaking, of course. It's all all about humility being what it is.
That is what it is.
It's our founding brick in everything that we've done together.
Humility, that's what the H really stands for.
Preach. I can't say preach without an H. The second game, the other games that we have today in college, it's a big day. I want to see Lee Corso. That old goat, God bless him.
They've been saying
amazing.
He's done for years, and now this is his final.
He's a crypt keeper.
He doesn't
365 years old. He's going to pass away after this show. He's been just
Hanging
staying
on.
alive just for that one more not so fast, my
But
friend.
isn't that the way it is with all those old timers? It's like as soon as they tap out and say, okay,
He wakes up
I
for that every
retire,
day.
and within the next year they pass
Because
on.
what he did for his whole life, his life's work is no longer there anymore. And they're like, okay, well, I can go now. So Jesus, take the wheel. Lee
That
Corso.
happened with my grandpa. He had the same job for like 45 years, retired, and his health went when he was not.
That's why they work so long. I work with the community of the senior community. I do that for a living. And you see doctors and lawyers and lawn care maintenance and painters that they work so far into their life because they don't have anything else to do. And then when you don't have anything else to do, you want to sit next to your wife 17 hours a day.
That'll kill you
And
quicker.
then you're going to find something that can support your body weight and hang yourself. But anyway, Syracuse is on the road today.
Wait, so who'd you take in the Texas game?
It's Texas. I
I'm
think
lost.
I think I like Texas. I think the under. You could bet. We could pick 10 games blind. In fact, I want you, Bean, to pick 10 games. I don't care which 10 games, and play the under.
Okay.
Play the under in all 10 games, and uniformed. The offense is never in front. Last night, I watched the Georgia Tech game. It was a good game. The kid King, the quarterback for Georgia Tech, ran 3 touchdowns. He ran for 3 touchdowns. He looked like Drake May. Guy can run. He was making horrible choices. They had 3 turnovers in the first 3 possessions. So Colorado's winning 7-0. They put the ball on the ground twice. He throws an INT. They're just giving the ball to the other team, and the coach is losing his mind because they're on the road, and you keep giving the ball to the other team. USF on Thursday played a ranked Boise State. Boise State comes to town. FBS against FBS, home dog against another FBS team. They do well. And Boise's coming from Idaho down into humidity where, you peel your shirt off just going out to get your mail in Florida. And the humidity is at 80%. So what do you think's going to happen? It's first game. Offense is never in front of defense. USF goes out there, turnover. They had negative 10 yards in the first 9 plays. And they were losing 7-0. And then what happens? 34-7. But that preaches to the defense. The defense is going to be in front because everybody's sloppy. How much has Aaron Rodgers played for your Steelers, so far? He's hiked the ball a few times.
Not looked impressive, that's for sure.
Well, so what do you think is going to happen when he goes out there for 60 minutes? For
yeah,
like the
he's
whole
not
game.
the old Aaron Rodgers.
Even
Remember
the
that
young
game
Aaron
that we
Rodgers.
watched? Like it feels like a decade ago now. It was like the opener against the Bears, and he went out with the ankle injury, and then he hobbled back in and just threw
Raged.
dimes.
He might,
Problem also, the line. Steelers line is, I don't think it's going to be able to protect them.
how long do you think it will be? Real question, real answer. How long will it take the team to be fluid? How long until Aaron can be Aaron and the team has an offense that
Again, if there's no injuries, you're still going to look at about 3 weeks before
Okay.
there's going to be any type of
I
gel.
wasn't leading the witness, Your Honor. That's my question.
It's not the Jets.
And
So
that-
he should be all right quicker than
That's an MVP. That's a
Right.
goat. Now talk about an 18-year-old kid who's on the road playing at TCU, and he's a freshman.
yeah. Say what you want, but nerves are going to get you no matter
Nerves are
what.
going to get you,
Yeah.
and then you haven't thrown a foot. You won't be playing against your defense playing practice. Now you're going to go play against real competition
Yeah.
in a real setting, and you hyperventilate a little bit, and you're not fluid. It takes a little while. And because of that, you can take the under, take the under, take the under, take the under until you're proven otherwise.
So this week your main advice is under.
Under. And when the NFL rolls around, take the under. Mark and I have talked about that for years, and it's just a matter of fact.
Okay.
Anybody that has put a short-term investment out there will attest to that.
Yeah,
And
the first 2 weeks, most definitely, is just
don't
so
bet
much.
for the sake of trying to make any money. Just have some fun.
Sure.
Make a.
Or you can be like me and put like 7 of them all in one parlay, and then one of them goes the
I'm
over.
going to go under parlay, and then everyone will go over.
It's
Yeah.
7:30 in the morning. No, before that, it's been 4:30, 5:30. I come out for a cup of coffee, and old Steeler man over here I see the glow from the phone on his glasses. I'm like, oh, maybe he's on Facebook or something. Nope. It's Ching-Ming Wong. He's taken with the plus 350 to come back in the ping pong or table tennis. He beat you table tennis. So he's taking Ching-Ming Wong, a plus 350. That's a real name, by the way, you racist some bitches. And so Ching-Ming Wong, as far as you know. So Ching-Ming Wong is plus 350, and it's 4:30 in the morning, and he's taking the action based on the matrix, him looking at yep, there's a green arrow. Click, 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 click. Cool, man. No, you're fine. You can manage my money. Get out of here.
What else am I going to do at 4 o'clock in the morning?
Sleep?
Not bet it.
Well, I
Wait
can't-
for a
can't
good
do
one.
That. There's a little issue that
That's the problem.
there's an elephant in the room.
I
at
don't
our-
want to
at our
wait.
house.
Dude, wait for the USF game tonight. It's how many times a week, Bean, would I tell him, just wait for the 7 o'clock game? The baseball, there's the games at 1 o'clock, the games at 3 o'clock in the afternoons during the week. Wednesday, Thursday, there's an afternoon game. During the beginning of the week, there isn't. So old heroin addict over here can't wait to jam the needle into his arm. So he's taking Ching Wong Fu
See,
at
Gerald Wong.
See, now he's making.
I can
He's
do it right
he's
now.
betting
I can
as
do it
we
right now.
speak. Degenerate. Anything. Which bird's gonna fly off the post first? I'm taking one of the speckles. All right, man. We got college football to go over.
Yeah.
You're talking about heroin addictions. Hey, addiction's real.
So Tennessee's going to roll.
You like Tennessee today? Do you like Tennessee today?
Over Syracuse?
Yeah.
Yeah.
All right. You think they're gonna give him the business?
Why wouldn't
It's
they?
13 and a half points. Well, that's the question to ask you.
The guy that always gets it right?
No, that's right.
So
He's gonna
whatever
be-
I-
he's
that's
gonna be
another
live
thing.
betting
Whatever
that.
I bet the other side.
That is some good advice.
Yeah, that sounds about right.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Dang,
That's-
from a guy with track marks, and he's got Asian people's name tattooed on his arm so he can remember them for later. You ordering lunch or you making a bet?
That's why there's multiple games on a day for people like him. So if he loses at the 1 o'clock game and he loses at the 4 o'clock game,
You know it.
for college there's 4, and it's
Yes.
like, what's the mountain time looking like for the
Right?
midnight game?
See, that's the problem.
absolutely that is absolutely the dude. They have to cater to him. Otherwise, I mean, who gets the track mark money?
I mean, table tennis is 24 hours.
And you go on
I have
heaters.
never. I can't. When you told me that like a week or two ago about the ping pong betting, that's not something I've ever.
Hey, the other day
Heard?
when we were all together, I won. What was it? 6 in a row.
He was on a heater.
But it was a 7-thing parlay, right?
Table tennis heater. He was going. He turned $2 into $4, $4 into $8, $8 into $22.
I was up to $58.
Let it ride.
That's
58
right.
into
All right,
0.
man. Yeah, so you're going to win 7 in a row. You know what the odds of winning 2 in a row are 2.5 to 1 or 2.6 to 1. Winning 3 in a row is 6 to 1. They're 3 to 1. There's a reason why those parlay numbers are exponentially harder because you can't flip a coin and be right 7 times in a row. An old 7 right man over here is like, let it ride, let it ride. All right, man. Hard Rock was built on your back.
Yeah, they want a bunch of him.
They do, and they get a bunch of him. People just buying scratchers and buying, all right, I'm buying another one. All right, I'll buy another one. All right, because they want that feel.
Well, if it says on the back of the scratch off, it's a 21 odds. If I buy 20, there's like
Yeah.
a guaranteed winner in there. It's like,
Yeah.
that's not how that works.
I do love the law of averages, though. That's one of the fantasy football team names that I have. Law of averages are real. You watch white, black, white, black, white, black, 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 white, black. Soon,
If the law of averages are real, though, then we always talk about the doofer and how there's no such thing. But then that would kind of play into that, though, wouldn't it?
well, with the right settings, yeah, under the right circumstances, and I do believe in law of averages. It's a real thing. When you, Mark, you like to go to the casino, you watch a board, and the roulette,
Oh,
it goes red 7 times in a row. Go find your mom's purse
And bet on black.
and bet on black. You
I've
just
done that.
you
See,
lay
but
on
I'm
the-
one of those people like him where if I do that, it'll be red again.
Well, you
And it
have to be
happens.
able to manage that.
Then you
though.
have to double your bet.
Right. So but that's that's just the math of
And
it.
then bet again.
Right. It's
and then-
200 and you lose, but it's 7 reds in a row, and you play black and you miss. That's 200. Now you need 400 to get the 200 back, plus to make the 200 that you played in the first place. But that's now 9 reds in a row. No, man, that's the math. Now but you have to sit there and see it. You have to commit to it and see it through.
You definitely have to be committed if you're going to play in that type of a system.
It's math. It's math. I'm not asking you to like math. It's not something that I earned a living doing, but I can count. But anyway, speaking of counting, let's count the chips that we're going to make today. It is Texas. We like Texas.
Yeah, Texas over Ohio State.
We've got Syracuse
MMFB
on the
says
road
Tennessee over
at
Syracuse.
Tennessee. That's not my place. #humble. That isn't my lead pipe lock of the. And everybody gets a dog of the week. We love sexy dogs. USF was our sexy dog this week. We didn't get a chance to talk about it on air, but we will certainly take credit for it. What else we have today? We've got.
You mean the sexy underdog isn't Florida State today?
You can have Florida State today.
Oh, I don't
I
want
watched
Florida
them
State.
lose
I
to
don't
the
want Florida
Terriers at home. So I'm good. I'll take
Yeah,
Alabama.
the delusional like they're going to bounce back this year so well.
It's week 1. It takes a couple of weeks until you can find out that Bean University can't stop the run this year. They
But
just
is Alabama still going to be Alabama?
reload.
They've definitely regressed, though.
They have. It's 13.5 points, and you're talking about watching fish swim. You don't know what's going to happen today, so bet accordingly. Just have a little bit of fun.
And plus the opening rankings, they're all educated guess. Like is
Educated
Penn State
guess,
number
brother.
2 in the country?
Preach.
Come on.
If you have a reason why you think what you think, stand behind that. We talk about offense being in front of defense or defense being in front of offense. So if you believe that, then you bet it accordingly and stand by what you believe in.
By all means, I'm not saying Florida State winning the game, but Florida State might be covering.
We've got Robert Morris, that's strong, at West Virginia. Indiana's at home. Alabama's at Florida State. Alabama's laying 13.5. The big number's 48.5. I like to buy points because I hit the withdraw button instead of the deposit button. 48 is, that's 24 to 23. The over's a winner. But what about 24 to, 25? When you get to that half point, you buy the point down. 13.5 points, they're favored by 13. So 23 to 10, you're a loser. So you buy the point. Buy 1 point. If you're betting it's minus 115, you get it for minus 135. Don't worry about the $7 that you're not making more than you would have if you had let the number stay. You take the point, and then how many times, Bean, have you watched a Dolphins? You love the Dolphins. How many times have you watched a Dolphins-Patriots game end in a field goal?
Oh, a bunch of times.
Right?
Yeah.
So a lot. You're going to bet Miami laying 3.5 why the hell would you do that? Either buy it down to 2.5. Just take the money line.
You know, you buying the point is actually a great thing, and that's the one thing with the Hard Rock app that kind of irks me a little bit because I do have another site that's ran differently, and almost every spread on the Hard Rock app is a half point, where I can go to another site and they are hard numbers.
Well, you can buy it. You can buy it down.
See,
Some of those other sites, they make you bet.
I'm such a gambling simpleton that it would be like who's going to win or the over and under. Like when you start getting into the points, buying the point, you know what I mean? Like
It's the half point that gets you, though.
But isn't
really
that change,
the half point
you're
gets you.
physically changing the odds specifically, so doesn't that change everything from payout to...
Denver's at home. The Broncos are at home this week against a rookie Cam Ward in Tennessee.
Let him suck that air.
Cam's going, wow. He's channeling his...
I wasn't sure where he was going.
That was an MFB moment right there.
Let him suck that air up there.
Oh, yeah. Say it again.
Let him try to run.
Man, so they can't run after they suck?
Well,
Are they tired?
when you're hyperventilating because you can't breathe.
Ah, I see. And they can't breathe because of reasons that
Because the
you
air's so
can't
much
disclose.
thinner there.
So
Something that you're not.
What are you even talking about? Do you get windburned on the top of your head? Like, what happens when you go out on the water? You get a double dip. It's like off the water and from the source itself. It's a double bag. You're a dick. All right, so I have an eating disorder. It's casual. What's wrong with that? Can't a guy have a modest waistline? Oklahoma's at home today. The Army lost to Albertine State last night.
What was that?
I don't know. They took a couple guys from a frat row and they put jerseys on them and like, oh, good luck. And they won. Florida's at home today. Florida to make the playoffs, the Gators to make the playoffs were plus 350. So 3.5 to 1 dog that they had to play LSU.
So if you put 100 on that,
then you'd win 350.
Okay.
Back. They're going to lose some games. They play Texas and they play LSU and their schedule is brutal. But heaven forbid they beat Texas or they beat LSU. I like that, and that's real quietly. There's an early proposition bet that we enjoy. The other game I had it, Clemson at home against LSU. You're going to flip coins. Here's a great example, Bean and Mark. You got Clemson at home laying 3.5 points. The money line is minus 190. Here's education for our listeners. So you have a $100 bill. You do, Bean. You have a $100 bill. And you bet Clemson minus 3.5, and that's the favored bet right now. So you put your $100 on that bet, and the game goes. Now, Clemson has to win 24-20. They have to win by 4 points. Not by 3. They have to win by 4.
Right.
So when it comes down to 27-24,
you lose.
They take your $100
Right.
and they thank you for your time and offer you a consolation spritzer at the bar, and you leave. If you take the money line, it's minus 190, which means a $100 bet is going to win you $55. It's not $100. So for the degenerate that really wants the needle in his arm, no, man, I want even money. I want to bet $1. I want to win $1. All right, well then take your soon-to-be lost ticket over into the garbage can and wait for it to finish. With the money line, it hit 27-24. I just made $55. And then that guy over there didn't. He's mother effing Clemson and Klubnik. Oh, that guy's such a jerk. He didn't. Take the money line. Take what you know to be a good bet. Why would you take the Dolphins to beat the Pats minus 3.5? Take the money line. It's going to come down to that field goal. And when it comes down to that field goal, you're going to be thankful to take $50 instead of $100 because 50 beats zero.
Yeah. Beats
And
losing.
That's a founding brick in my short-term investments. The parlays, the baseball. I love baseball. And I love a dog. I'll take a dog. And humbly speaking, we can pick a dog. But take the favorite. You don't. Mark loves the run line. And because he's betting Wing Chong Fu for table tennis, he beat you table tennis. He takes the run line. He's like, okay, so who do you like today? Got the Yankees at the Blue Jays. Yeah, man, take Rondon, against Francis. Nah, I'm taking the run line. All right, so it's the Yankees minus 1.5. No, it's not. No, okay, so it is. No, it's not. It's the money line. No, okay, so we're taking the run line. Okay, man. He stresses me out so much I got to leave the house. I can't sit and watch it.
I make him sweat.
It hurts, man.
He even trembles at times.
Oh, it bothers me now. It makes my hair stand up, dude. Why do you he trolls me like you do? He knows what hurts me.
This
Hey,
love.
I don't troll. I'm happy one of our teams might actually win.
No, here we go. Back to the lake. He's got his fishing pole whistling. Hey, where are you going, Bean? Oh, I'm going to go down and fish here. Lake Humble. I keep looking for that lunk. I'm going to get him every week. I come down here and I fish on. What Bean likes to do, everyone, is troll
I don't,
the
though.
shit out of me.
I let you know when I'm trolling.
I'm a Redskin fan, and we haven't been good
Hey,
for
Commanders,
a minute.
easy.
No.
Yeah,
Easy.
whatever, man.
What?
Easy.
They're wanting to change the name back anyways.
No, they're not wanting to.
So Washington has not had a great product on the field for a bit.
Until last year.
And then Bean has been waiting for his opportunity because he likes to throw me down a flight of stairs emotionally because he can't do it physically. And he likes to hurt me.
That's
This
is not true.
right. Let God strike you dead.
Joe Theismann?
Like, oh no. Theismann, you were the one that Theismann breaks his leg Monday Night Football.
Yeah, more like exploded his leg, right?
That was my guy.
Yeah.
I was upset.
Then Alex Smith got his leg exploded.
These guys, for a birthday gift
Oh, God.
30 years ago, buy a starting lineup figure. They take the leg off at the knee. They put toothpicks into the starting lineup, cover the toothpick with red nail polish, put that into a Cuban cigar box because I enjoy cigars, wrap that sumbitch up, and gave it to me for my birthday. So I open it up and I see Cohiba, and I'm like, oh, so word? And I open it up, and there's
Psych.
Theismann with a leg that is
the
broken.
look on his face
And I was
was
like, what?
priceless.
What are you eating?
It went from enjoyment of seeing cigars to
Because I play dirty like that.
just got hit in the belly.
Yeah, you do kind of deserve that sometimes.
I do.
I mean,
I had it coming to me, and that was paid. That was paid in advance. You know who Michigan plays today? Oh my goodness! I can't believe
I'll have Brian on
Michigan
soon.
is going to win again today. I'm ecstatic. I can't contain myself.
I want to get him in here and talk about all the sanctions they got and get him all worked up over it.
He's at Rafferty's right now, pre-gaming. What up, B? I can't believe
I'm very
my
excited.
joy is. This is greater than when my child was born. I can't control myself. App State played last night, so I wanted to shoot him something about App State. Hey, let me see your schedule this year. Because they lost to App State week 1 in the big house.
Oh, it was some years ago, right? When
Some years
I
ago.
remember that. Yeah,
And Mr. Blue, he was just in Michigan last week. He was just there at the Tigers and having a great time. Oh, man. I love to throw him down that emotional flight of stairs. App State, baby. That's right. When you're minus 35 points and you straight up get beat at home in week 1.
No,
Way to go.
we'll take a quick break to get reset here in a minute. But before we do, I just want to get you guys your playoff predictions for college, and then who do you think gets to the title game and who do you think wins? Because then they expand this year, right?
It expands to 12.
To 12, yeah.
And it's always going to be the argument about the last two.
It'll always be. Because I read the other day that they're already playing with 32 and 64 to make it like March Madness.
It is football. It's not basketball, but it's the only sport that doesn't have a playoff bracket.
Right. 12's good.
12's okay.
That's what me and you talk
No,
about, like 5 years. 12 is,
Right.
I think, that's what you want.
They got it right.
You got all your division and then some wild card, and then
So
you're
you
good
get
to
your
go.
Indiana in there. You get your Boise State in there. Hashtag humble. I had Indiana last year 75-1
Just to make it?
to win the championship.
Oh, okay.
Now, here's where we differ, maybe. I've got Indy at $50 at 75-1. That doesn't suck. I felt a certain way about him. It was at the beginning of the season.
75-1, though, if you bet $1,
Yeah, to win 75.
that's pretty good.
Yeah, it was. And so they win a game and win a game and win a game, and they beat Michigan State and they beat Michigan. And here we go. Now the 75 is down to 25. 25 gets down to 12.5-1. Now my bet is worth more than I paid for it. So do I cross my fingers and hope they go on the road and beat Notre Dame? Or do I take Notre Dame money line and I lay on it like I know it because I have a $3,800 winner at the window waiting for me if they won out. If they win 3 games, it's $4,000. I'm not going to cross my fingers and hope that I'm right and that they're going to beat Notre Dame and then they beat Ohio State and then they're going to beat Texas.
Right.
I mean, come on.
That's not going to happen.
Come on. It isn't going to happen.
No.
So the bet to me isn't worth anything. I sell it. I double my money.
So you can sell the bet. That's
Yeah.
crazy.
And
I
then you can
still have a
bet
lot
most of
to
the time.
learn as far as all
Most of
that
the time.
goes.
Most of the time, if you can't sell it, if they don't give you a sell or an option to sell, take the other team. And then you could straddle it. We'll talk about that later. But you could play both sides. I take Bean University, and they're a 10-point favorite, and they're up 30 at halftime. I take Mark State University at the halftime, and I'm getting 35 points from him. I'm only laying 10 with you. I get to take everything in the middle. Be smart. Stack chips, bruh. You're welcome.
So who do you got playoff wise?
Who do you got?
No, I want to hear you guys.
All right.
I want to hear the
I thi-
degenerates.
The degenerate. This
Degenerate
is the guy
corner.
over here that I really don't follow college football
okay.
too much.
But he's a Pittsburgh homer.
It-
Well,
it-
that explains
it-
why he
he's-
doesn't follow it.
he's
but-
wearing a-
it's really hard. I've always
Giggity.
I've never been one to try to because you end up liking a team because there's certain players and your best player every single year is gone. So for me, it's always been really hard to try to focus and root on one team, and that's just the way I've looked at
Well,
it.
with the money now in college, I feel like because supposedly Arch Manning's they've already said like if his year isn't as good as they want, he'll just stay in another year to
You-
work his resume, and he still gets paid.
Ewers, the quarterback that was there
Actually,
before,
doesn't look that bad.
cost himself $8 million
Yeah, 'cause he
to go
stayed.
into the draft.
Yeah.
Playing for now your
Yeah.
Dolphins. I'm a huge
Well, now he was a value pick in the 7th round. That's
the guy's.
insanity.
I love the guy.
Yeah.
I think that
I got a
he's-
card for him.
You, we bust a lot of sports cards. That's our hobby, and we've done that again for 30 years. You know, I go back to when I was a kid and just busting wax and busting cards and busting packs. So you fast forward 40 years, and we still do that to this day. We'll sit down and bust boxes. Mark pulled a Ewers
Case hit.
a case hit. So out of 20 boxes, there is one card in the case. They call it a case hit. There's one card in that entire case that's a really good card.
right.
And there's 200 base cards. There's 4 subsets. So the chances of you pulling one particular
We're gonna
card,
do a whole entire card show. I know that's coming.
we will, and we'll be
Yeah.
busting them here. We're gonna have inventory. Giggity. have yourself a good time. My favorite, I do like Texas.
You think Texas runs?
I think it's Texas year. I think
any
Arch is-
surprises make the playoffs? You think?
Yes, I don't know if it's a big surprise. South Carolina, 75-1 to win the championship. As I'm looking at it at the national championship, as I'm looking at who's going to win the championship, they do have lines, but because the games are already live, you can't see the playoff. I mentioned that the Gators were 3.5-1 to make it into the playoffs, to be a top 12 team. So I don't have that South Carolina bet in front of me. But if you're looking for something, Florida's 30-1 to win the championship. Are there some underdogs in here that have an opportunity?
30-1 is not bad though for that team. There's if Florida could get hot,
and you have your state, you have your stalwarts, you have your
normals, your Texas, Ohio
Oklahoma,
State, Georgia,
those teams.
Yeah.
Oklahoma's 50-1, and they're ranked. You know, they have a chance. They have a shot.
They're a top 20 team. What about SMU? You think they're finally back after 30 years?
I don't believe they are.
No?
I believe they're still stuck in that Madden 95 game that I played.
Okay.
Or the college 95 where SMU was they were a team. You played that against the other team.
Yeah, I'm shocked to see them in 16th on both the polls. That's about as high as they've been since the 80s, right?
Yep.
Early 90s.
They could be at a point with the program where it relaunches what they once were. They get a chance to get some traction and to be recognizable, to be worth the conversation again. And I don't know that that's the case. Good luck to them.
All right.
Good luck to them. But I do like, you know who else I like? Sneaky quiet. Nebraska.
Okay.
Nebraska. Long shot. Nebraska. All the corn and all the poor choices. You find me.
So if you had to take I'm sure that it's probably 100-1 on them or somewhere close.
Nebraska
right?
is 150-1.
Yeah. So if you wanted a dark horse, that would be.
You take that for $100. That's $15,000 on the other side. When they come into the playoffs, this is not freshman thinking, bruh. I'm about to kick you some knowledge. You take Nebraska. You know what? We're going to take Nebraska as a show. We're all going to chip in $25 each, and we take Nebraska. When the playoffs come around, and coach, who, by the way, in year 3, in every other place that he's coached, has had a formidable team. And it's Nebraska, and it's his 3rd year. They've righted the ship. They were a mess. Nebraska was bad.
Yeah.
Frost was not the answer.
No.
I love that guy as a player there, but I mean he wasn't the product. He wasn't the product.
He shouldn't have left.
They got Thule in there.
Yeah, UCF.
And if they make it to the playoffs as a top 12 team, we have them at 150-1.
Can you bet that they'll just make the playoffs?
You
and
can.
Odds like that?
You can. As I mentioned just a moment ago, that number is not up because there's live games already. So they pull that. But
so you have to do that before the season starts?
We have to do that maybe
Weekly.
before every week. They should have that weekly.
Oh, I got you. Okay.
But
Okay.
on the long play, Nebraska 150-1, $100, $15,000. When they make it to the playoffs, we sell the sumbitch. You played the other side, and so now I'm just taking the favorite on the other side, or taking the other team that they're playing to win the championship, and then the other team to win the championship, and you just squeeze out the juice. You just put the fruit in the machine and you hit the button. And then you take that to a vacation. How do you think I pay for my vacations? This is how I pay for my things that I enjoy to do.
Yeah, no, you find little ways. We'll get into some of that down the
is
road
that.
because you definitely have. I never thought I've known you now for over 10 years plus, and I've never would have imagined you being the Pokemon guy. Superbad's back there like, no.
Yeah.
Squeeze that juice out of that too.
My legit son, he's not real proud of his dad, but he does appreciate it because he gets the hookup on occasion. There's an underbelly. We will discuss that at a different time.
All right, we'll take a break real quick. The last thing here, for some of the people who are here at the show, at least on the network, Michigan, did they make the playoffs? That's for Brian, who will be in the next week or two. Just not the champ, not just do they make the dance?
I don't think so.
No?
They're starting a freshman this year for the first time in like forever.
Okay.
Who committed to Ohio State, the other school. They don't even like to. They won't even say the name.
Voldemort.
And his name is Bryce Underwood, and the kid's supposed to be the goods.
I mean, today's game could be.
He's supposed to be the goods. Bryce Underwood's supposed to be the goods. Supposed to be the goods.
Does Florida make the playoff?
Yes.
Okay. All right. You're pretty good. I remember I'm at the comedy club and I've got everybody that's back there going like, "Hey, can you get a hold of your guy who does is this gonna?" Because I got another parlay king who completely loses it constantly because he's got to play a 3 or 4 or 5 team.
Don't. And if you play the 3-teamer, play the other side. And it defeats. I have friends over the years that get so frustrated because I will sell a bet that I made. Why would you do that? If you think the team's going to win, then why are you going to sell it? Because something happening 3 times in a row is like
Why'd
impossible.
you look at me? I sold one time.
One time
I won
by
one
accident,
time.
we went over another bump and you hit the
It
sell
happened.
button by mistake.
It happened once. I'm trying to think any other big teams here that you think. I'm trying to.
Well, you said you wanted to come back, right?
Yeah, we'll take a break. We'll come back. We'll get into the NFL and our fantasy league.
Okay.
And how that's gonna go.
Yeah.
ADHD Sports. We'll be right back.
Stay off my picks.
More ADD Sports next on the BS Radio Network.